This is another what I've been up to video, in case you're interested. I've been doing some doodling lately again, which is good. I have missed it, and some have turned out okay, some not so much. This is another intestine-inspired drawing. I don't know what this is. And I liked it a lot better before I started trying to shade it. I fail consistently at shading. I don't know why. I think it's just, I'm just not meant to be a shader. I'm just meant to be a very, one-dimensional drawer. So I need to just quit trying to force it, I think, because I never like it. I never like the way it turns out. I don't shade well. And this needs something. What does it need? Color, maybe? Should I just go in and color in each one of those little arcs a different color, That would be tedious. I like tedious. I may do that. So anyway, there's some intestines. I don't know what's up with that. I also revisited some old doodles, and I have a doodling video that I did about a year ago, and I think I might have showed some of these unfinished doodles in that video. But I always have several unfinished doodles in my doodle journals because I get bored with them, or I just suddenly lose my inspiration and then abandon them. But I'll go back to them later sometimes. Sometimes it's, a year or two later, like it was with these. This one was just something I did while I was watching TV, obviously. I love Breaking Bad. Every time I watch it, I just want to cook meth. I don't know, it just makes cooking meth seem like an interesting thing to do. I don't know what's up with that. So it's probably a good thing that Breaking Bad is coming to an end very soon before I actually start building my meth lab. Anyway, this poor little paisley thing was left blank for quite a while, and then the other day I just sort of finished it out with some lovely little tedious patterns and things. And this one was also an unfinished one, and I finished it. I'm loving this one. This one's a little bit of awesome. And when I finished it and stood back and looked at it, the first word that popped into my head was botulism, and I don't know why. I have no clue why. It came out of nowhere. So this one I'm calling botulism. So yeah, there we go. I also have a okay, let me show you this. I've showed this before in other videos, and this image is on my channel. It's on my my Twitter, my Flickr, my Pinterest. This is sort of my logo, but not really. It's my favorite doodle, so this is kind of the one I use everywhere because I love it so much. And I've always called it Spider Eye, and I don't know why. I guess because this is sort of spider webby looking, and then there's the eye. I don't know. Anyway, just a few days ago, a friend of mine asked if she could use it to cover another tattoo that she had on the back of her neck, and she wanted a do-over. And of course I said sure. So she took this one down to her local tattoo artist and came out with this. And this is not a very clear picture, but I think you can get the idea. And I absolutely love it. It was 5 hours of torture for her. It's right there on the bone. So yeah, that didn't feel good, I'm sure. And the artist had to redraw it by hand. He couldn't transfer it on because it was a do-over. There's a kind of a tribal-looking sun that she had underneath it. So he had to redraw it by hand, and had to kind of redo it to make it look cohesive, because it was just part of the drawing, it wasn't the whole thing. I think he did a great job, and I love the colors, and I love the kind of his interpretation of it. I think it turned out great. And I love her, so I'm so happy that it's on her. This is not Spider Eye anymore. It's now Christine's Eye because of my friend Christine. So that is exciting. I always get extremely excited to see my doodles on skin. That just thrills me to no end. And I've been working on another one for, I don't know, months. I'm not really good at, like, when someone says, oh, will you draw me a tattoo? Draw me a this. Yeah, I have a lot of trouble with that because I don't draw. I really can't draw. And I especially can't draw on demand. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. With this current one I'm working on, it's not working, and I don't know what the problem is, but I'm going to keep trying. By gosh. I'm pretty sure this girl is going to say, okay, forget it. I'm going with someone else because of how long it's taken me. But, you know, that doesn't matter. I'm going to try and finish it because I love her and I want to draw something for her. I'm just having a problem getting what's in my head out on paper. The giveaway. We are over 2,000 subscribers now, so guess what? It's time for the giveaway. I am gonna, I'll do a video. I'm kind of compiling my questions and finishing the box. I've added, you know, quite a few more things to it, so I'll be doing another video pretty soon on the giveaway, and I'll give you the questions and everything and all of the instructions, which I think will be really fun. I hope so anyway. And I will, I always get several questions about shipping internationally. Yes, I will ship internationally, so if you're in another country, you are eligible for the giveaway. So don't worry about that. Anyway, I'll have more details on this later. That'll probably be the next video that I do, because this will be fun, and I wanna get it going because I need fun right now. My husband, let's see, day before yesterday, he lost his job that he's had for 19 years. Okay, yeah, it was a cutbacks, reorganization thing, so they laid him off. And so this is really weird for us. He's never been unemployed during our marriage. And I'm really actually surprised that we haven't faced this before, because he works for an oil and gas company, which is so feast or famine. You know, we're used to that, and we've just been fortunate that he's not faced this before, because so many of you, and I've gotten tons of comments on Facebook, and every other one of them is, oh yeah, been there, done that. You know, the economy like it is, pretty much everyone has been faced with that recently. So now it's our turn. So, you know, anyway, I'm not going to freak out about it, because it'll all work out, and it'll all work out for the best. I may have to go out and come out of my retirement, you know, retirement, ooh, air quotes, I hate air quotes, and I hate it even worse when I do them. I may have to come out of my retirement. I'll do air parentheses. I'll start a new thing, air parentheses, retirement, even though it's grammatically incorrect, but that's okay. Anyway, I may have to go out and get a job, which I'm more than willing to do. If that's what I need to do, we will figure this out. But in light of current circumstances, I'm being even thriftier than ever, if that is at all possible. And I started doing this way before Jason lost his job, but I'm kind of glad now because, you know, it's a thrifty craft, and I need thrifty crafts right now. But this is just magazine pages, and every time I get, you know, I don't subscribe to many magazines. I subscribe to 2, National Geographic and Texas Monthly. And I have for years and years and years on both of those, even when I didn't live in Texas. Those are the only 2. And every time I get a new National Geographic, especially, you know, here recently, I just started this. When I get a new one, I flip through it. I pull out the images that I want to save for, you know, collage and stuff. And then I go through and I pull out all of the text pages, advertising pages, you know, those that have images on it that I don't want to use for anything else, you know, the ugly pages. I pull out the ugly pages, okay? And then I leave the pretty pages in the magazine, and then those I can use for some Citrosolve backgrounds later on. So I just set those in their designated spot. And I take those ugly pages and then I fold them and I glue them together, and I'm going to make, I want it to be a big bowl. And I watched a tutorial online, I don't know if it was a blog or maybe a YouTube video for how to do this. So, you know, you can find this easy. And this is actually, I'm going to make this is still the base that I'm working on, because I want it to, the base to be quite a bit bigger. Then when it gets bigger, I will start working it up into the bowl shape. So there's you a fun thrifty craft to do, and it's one of those just kind of ongoing. As I get more magazines, I will add to it. But I want to use only National Geographic because it's, you know, the way I'm folding them, they're just the right size. And it's kind of a funny sized magazine if you've noticed National Geographic. It's not really standard size, it's a little bit smaller. So this will be only National Geographic ugly pages. That's what it'll be, my ugly National Geographic bowl. But I think it would be cool to have, you know, a nice big one to set in the middle of the kitchen table, maybe resin it when it's done or something. So we'll see how that turns out. And okay, this, I think I'm gonna have to pull the camera back to show you this. Yeah, okay, let me pull back a minute. Okay, let's see, we're in frame. Yeah. Oh, I think I've got tripod legs in the frame, but okay, you're just gonna have to live with that because I'm not in the mood to adjust. Okay, I needed a storage box for my paint chip samples because I had them, oh darn, I don't know what I did with it. I had them in that purple plastic box thing, and then I went and got more and it outgrew my purple box. I needed another one, but didn't want to go out and buy some kind of specific box for them, which in retrospect was a wise choice, now that I'm not going to be buying much of anything for a while. So I went to the garage and raided my cardboard stash and put this box together. This is very rough and primitive. It's not decorative at all. It is only functional. And here's what I wanted. I needed a box to store my paint chips in, one that had room to grow, that's always important, but also one that was stackable. See, I can close this up and I can set stuff on top of it. I can stack things on it. If I had my way, all of my boxes would be open and out where I could just flip through the stuff that's in them and grab what I want. Problem is, I don't have enough flat surface area in my art room to keep everything like that. Some things have to be closed up and with other things stacked on top. It's just the way it is. So, I wanted this to be, you know, fairly large because I had a lot of paint chips and I, you know, may collect more. Plus, it needed to be stackable, so here's what I came up with. I did not film the process of making this box because I used a utility knife, and I know that gives some of y'all heart palpitations when I start brandishing sharp objects. So as a courtesy to my viewers, I did not film it. Plus, I was totally making it up as I went along and had no idea what I was doing. So this top part, I needed a flat section here to put these large books. If putting them in a box big enough to hold them but still close the box was giving me a huge box. It was just way too big. You know, growing room is good, but you know, it's overkill if it's way too big and I would never grow into it. So I chose a smaller box with just this little rough top section where I could lay these on top for the big books. So that's what that's all about. And you, open it up, and then I've got all of my paint chips in here. And I just used pieces of cardboard and made little dividers for them. I need to get, this is the only thing that's not working for me now, and this has some paint chips that I have put inside some slide frames, and I was using this for a project one time, and these were the leftovers. I need a different storage container for that though, because this is not making me happy. But anyway, I just divided it off. I made the dividers to where they would do this so that I can do this, because this is what I like to do. I like to be able to flip through and see. So my dividers have just a little crease along the bottom, and then that little bottom part's glued in, and this part is left loose so it can move back and forth. Over to the side, these are the tall skinnies, and then some little things that I've made out of paint samples. And then I just kind of arranged them really by size. This one also moves up and down. It doesn't go very far though because of this. Take that out. See, this one can move and this one can move. All of the dividers are movable so that I can flip and see what I've got. There's these. And then see if I have those in another thing. I can spread these out more, and then that will move better so that I can flip. But that's all there was to it. I've got little short divider pieces here between the sections to keep everything from blending together, and I like it. You know, it's functional. It's not pretty, but it works. It keeps things separated so that I can easily find what I want and look through it, and then when I'm done I can just close it up and then lay my books on top, and then stack another something on top of it if I need to. So there you go. And I keep cardboard boxes usually around this size and smaller for this purpose, because I use a lot of cardboard boxes to organize my stuff because I like it. You know, they're disposable. When I get tired of it, I can toss them. You know, if I outgrow them, I can toss them. I don't feel guilty about, you know, buying a fancy plastic container store box and then outgrowing it and having to replace it. If it's cardboard, you know, you just recycle it and move on. Plus, this was a really inexpensive, aka free project, which I am all about right now. So there you go. If you need an idea on how to store some of your stuff, do it cheap or free, just get out a box knife and some cardboard and just start cutting until things fit together the way you want them to. You can make it work. Okay, that's it. I'm going to work on the giveaway video now, and hopefully we'll have that up pretty soon, so keep an eye out.